5 cake smoothers here. I'm curious to see which one does the best. So I prepped 5 cakes. Let's decorate. Seems like our $100 option, the frost form, needs like 4 hours to chill in the fridge. So I'm gonna do that first so it can chill throughout this whole video, and then we'll take off the wrapping at the end. And this was actually sent to me like 3 years ago from the company, and I haven't had a chance to try it out. From the videos I've seen, it takes the guesswork out of it for you because it's like a templated system that you just follow X, Y, Z, and you're supposed to end up with a perfect cake. But people who can't decorate cakes that would need that kind of system probably aren't gonna spend $100 on one thing. And when I say $100, the only size cake I can make with that $100 is a 5-inch cake. That's it. It's not versatile in that way, but it seems like it's versatile in other kind of decorating ways that you can do. So for $100, we've got some baggies, a tubey thing, a base thing, another thingy, this round one, and a cutter, and some instructions.
Very informative.
There's quite a few components here. We strongly advise watching videos. And I'm so great at instructions, so I should probably not just read this and actually watch. I've watched the video, I'm still confused. Kevin is better with instructions, so is your job to keep me on track. I can't be trusted. I don't follow instructions. I'm bad at watching videos. I don't have a lot of patience.
You're bad at watching videos.
Exhibit A. I layered up all 5 cakes in preparation for all 5 cake smoothers, not realizing that I would need to do this. Now I'm de-layering the cake to cut out the things. Stopwatch started. Icing on here. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this feels awkward. Okay, this on this.
Mm-hmm. And then that guy goes inside.
This in this.
Yeah. And then you got to try and layer these up inside of that.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't. Oh!
Oh, it worked. Like, why not just layer up the cake on top of the disc? Do you
Well,
really
you
need to do this
can.
part?
I think if you were more experienced, you could do that, but I think they're kind of like, in order to use our product perfectly, you should do this. Oh crap.
What?
Well, how now am I gonna, now I gotta get a piping bag. I'm sticky, I need help.
Sticky.
SOS, call a friend. Okay, so now I'm supposed to, that is not easy to, look, how am I supposed to?
I'm really glad I came over here. That's great. Yeah. What do we? Maybe we. I didn't. I think I missed this part of the video. What they did.
Okay, we're just gonna the best that we can.
If it's not obvious, Frostform did not pay us to do this video.
And I'm not trying to like troll it. I genuinely am not. I think that it's a complicated product. I think for some people it could be great. I think for some people it's like unnecessary. This mess that we have currently going on is my fault. Please just stay together. Oh my God.
It's fine.
It's in my shoe.
Oh, no, that's not fine.
Okay.
Once you cut it, it'll be pretty flat.
Okay.
I don't think you need to level
So
it.
how am I gonna cut it now? I need assistance.
I am the camera operator.
You need to put the
There's
camera
gotta
down
be, There's got to be a
assist.
union.
You can't get it off.
You got it.
I literally don't. I want to like push my chin there as a second set of. Look, we're
You could
back as if I never did anything wrong.
Yeah, and it's been 15 minutes to layer up a cake.
It has been 11 minutes and 50 seconds. Exaggerator.
What did it? I'm so sorry. That I was so off base with that. I apologize
Okay.
for totally blowing everything out of
So
proportion.
I'm gonna push down the layers to make sure everything is nice and squidged. And then it says pop this in the fridge.
I don't think you have to.
Okay. Well,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna
No,
pause
You know
the
what?
timer
No,
to be
no.
nice.
I am rebelling.
You want me to rip this off right now?
I declare
It's stuck to
rebellion.
the icing. It was starting to rip off the cake. You were supposed to keep me on point with instructions.
You know how much I love following instructions, Lori.
Yeah. It's gonna rip the cake.
The instructions in this
It's gonna
case.
rip the cake. Yeah, I don't trust you. I think I'm gonna keep us on point and put this in
Lori.
the fridge. Oh, it's too tall. For sakes. I thought you Against Kevin's advice, we followed the instructions.
I
We are both really against this whole layering it up in this. I feel like it's not crucial for like the end product of the cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so the icing is stuck, the cake is stuck, and it's ripping out chunks.
Okay, well that'll all get filled in.
And this doesn't want to come off.
Beautiful.
I'm so glad I went through all that effort to layer it up on the thing.
So I am going to wash this now.
Yep. I'm just gonna sit here attitudey. I have a problem.
What's your problem?
This just touched the side of it, and now there's crumbs on that. That's gonna get on in the final layer of icing.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it?
So you have to be really careful not to touch it. That does not say that. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that, so it's not touching the cake.
Perfect.
Lock that in.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think you just lift the whole thing up. Lift it right up into the, yeah. Oh, that was a cool sound.
I like that. I thought you could only use it with ganache until I did a lot more research on it. And it looks like you can use it with Italian or Swiss meringue.
Just showing this line in the instructions. Before you use buttercream, you must watch our video tutorials.
Which we did. We did watch the video tutorials. I watched them. Yes.
Tutorials?
I watched multiple tutorials today and otherwise.
We watched one today.
No, we watched two.
You skipped through.
That's unfair. I did not. Anyways, you have to temper, they said temper, your Swiss or Italian meringue because it has to be a softer consistency to pipe it into here. And this is how they said to do it in the tutorial I watched.
I just don't know where I was when you watched it.
You just zoned out. You probably got distracted by Archie and his cuteness.
That does not sound like me at all. What's he doing anyway?
Laying there being adorable.
Archie, why don't you go to sleep?
Like, this is a lot of extra steps. I feel like I'm just complaining about this thing the whole time, and I'm not meaning to, because I think it actually is a very, very cool product. My concern was that it's like more effort than it's worth, and I feel like that's coming through so far.
Are you sure it's thin enough? I'm having trouble visualizing it is all.
Look,
if you
the
don't need to
second
prove it to
video
me,
that is
Lori.
currently queued, Swiss meringue buttercream tutorial, the pink cake. Okay, I will agree that it's too thick. It doesn't help that I've got to like reach over Archie being terrified I'm gonna drop this melted bowl of icing all over him.
Pink buttery icing all over the dog. We'd have to bring another dog over to clean him. This looks good. Really flowy and silky. The one cool thing about this thing is that I think that you can do different icing or like color techniques.
Yeah.
That
like
you
lob
couldn't.
it in a
Yeah,
different
like
way.
that you couldn't do without it.
How do you?
I think you got to stick it down. Can you stick the nozzle down further?
But it's pretty.
Oh, there you go.
It's.
Did it push the cake over? The cake's touching now. Oh no. What do you do now? They didn't explain this in the instructions.
So I've pushed it down in here, and here looks great, except I can see crumbs in it. And then on this side, it's touching. How am I supposed to get, like, there's crumbs all over it. I can't get it down there. I'm sorry, how am I supposed to smooth out the top?
They don't say about getting the top smooth.
I thought it looked thin enough.
Yeah, it looked like a custard consistency to me.
Okay, this works. I mean, it's covered in crumbs. Let me know in the comments if any of you have used this product, because I have seen endless videos of it looking like it's the easiest thing in the world to work with, and I have not seen a single video of it being challenging or running into anything that I'm doing. So either the videos are kind of lying, or I'm just really bad at this.
Were the videos just done by the company, or were they done by other cake decorators?
I've only ever seen it done by the company or done by cake decorators that are affiliated.
Okay.
It's in the fridge. You have to wait till the end of the video to see how it turned out and how many crumbs we can count. Maybe we should make a game of how many crumbs can we count in the in the icing, because I imagine there's gonna be a lot. Pause, because this is my exact problem with buying expensive things, that you have no idea if they're gonna work for you or not. And that is my exact issue with buying perfumes. For little vials of liquid, man, are they expensive. And there's a million to choose from. I don't know about you, but I get completely overwhelmed and always end up just going back to vanilla for safety. Scentbird is like the trial wedding equivalent of perfumes. You get a chance to try out a different perfume every month with a 30-day supply without committing to a $300 to $500 bottle that just might not work for you. Personally, I have been loving Coconut Sun by the 7 Virtues for day to day. It's got big vanilla vibes, but it's so elevated with notes of citrus and coconut. And for a night out, I love the Emily in Paris Romantic by Michelle Germain. Normally I hate floral scents, but the citrus and soft floral notes really work here. And with over 700 fragrances to choose from, you can change your perfume choice every single month, finding your signature scent. And I know that this is like a small thing, but the amount that I travel, these little travel-friendly cases are too perfect. If you want to try them out, scan the QR code or use code ARTIST to get 55% off your first month of Scentbird, and you can get your first fragrance for only $8, and the next month will only be $16.95. Well, you're just gonna have to wait to the end of the video to see how the cake actually turned out. Now let's get on to the $1 cake smoother. I've had to spend the last 10 minutes calming down from my anger and frustration towards that product. Dollar store cake smoother. This is basic. The things that I like are the fact that it's actually a square point here, so I can hold it right on my cake board and turn. A lot of the ones that you get are kind of like this. This is exaggerated, but they've got a little curve here so you get a bead of icing. So I actually love that. The issues that I see are that it's only this tall. So it's almost perfect height actually for this height of cake, but I usually bake cakes that are taller. So that's its limitation. Let's see how it works. Oh, I should say also for each one, I'm gonna allow myself to use the offset spatula. None of these things came with one, but I feel like it's almost necessary for most cake smoothers, so you can't really slap the icing on here with this.
What about your turntable? Should we take that away again?
Turntable away again. Starting the timer. I mean, it works pretty good. I will say my biggest thing is I'm feeling it flex because it's just cheap, thin plastic. But for $1, I mean, that's not bad for $1. I just feel like I've got to go up and down and I don't have a lot of control. Pausing the timer, pop it in the fridge. Timer?
I'm ready. Yes.
Okay, I feel like it's a race. I said, I'm like, let's go. That works pretty, impressed. It does work. It's not bad. I mean, it has issues. I don't like that I'm getting like lines and stuff and that it's a little flimsy and I can't really push into it. So there's still a lot of air bubbles, but it's pretty good. Now, will the cakes get more good with every stage we go up in price? That there's the question, because right here, we just set a bar. I mean, this is the one to beat.
It looks pretty good, but you can definitely tell where the flexibility, like the flexiness of that.
Yeah, you can see almost wave lines as it's bending. But for $1, that's pretty good. Altogether, 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Not bad. Our $10 range product. So I've already got the icing on the cake. This one's interesting. It does the top and the side at once. This one I feel like there's barely any room to hold on to it. It's so weird. I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to...
How's your timer going?
Thank you. How does it look?
Not bad.
Oh.
Well, yeah, not bad. Oh, is it bad?
The top looks better than the side. You almost need to hold it straight so that way this top part is doing its job too. But like normally I would hold it at an angle to scrape across it. But I can't really, that doesn't really work for the top. See how that's instantly better?
Yeah.
But now the top's messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know that the concept of like 2 for 1 is best. Okay, that's the best crumb coat I think we're gonna get. Let's get that in the fridge. Minute and 30. Crumb coat's been chilled, has layered icing on it. Timer.
I also noticed that there's like a slope one way, but not the other way. It's like hooked the other way, you know what I mean?
But that way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it feels so bad.
Maybe you shouldn't do it then.
It doesn't want to...
Maybe you should go the other way that you were doing it. It didn't work terribly.
I think it's worse because there's more icing for it to cut through, so it's like really having a hard time flexing back and forth. I don't know how to... It doesn't work. I think that's about as good as we can get because every time I kind of go around, no matter which way I go, it wants to dig into the side or the top. What I want to do right now is I want to unhook this and just use one or the other. If I do this, I'll bet you I can get a smoother side. So if you don't use the product as intended, it actually worked a little bit better. That was 3 minutes, making this 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And I think the reason why it's so little time is like I give up. I know it's not gonna get any better. Next here. Number 3 is our $20 product. Now, yes, this is my product. And no, I did not make this video to sell lots of my products. That's not the point. The point is that there's a lot of similar products like this that is just a straight edge that are around this dollar point. Now, I did improve on some things with my product compared to those, but the main thing is, does it work better than the others? So far, I am the most impressed with the dollar store product. Like, it did a pretty good job for $1. But the things that it was lacking, I feel like this kind of solves. The big thing.
How's your timer?
Thank you. The dollar store one, it was a little bit short and it was a little bit flimsy. This is nice and rigid, so it's not gonna have those issues. And it's tall, so we don't have those limitations with the cake. But it is 20 times more the price. Pretty smooth, pretty smooth.
The timing probably won't be as fair with this one because this is something that you use a lot.
That is crumb coated, min 43, into the fridge. Icing is on, I'm ready. And again, I'm not doing this to sell my product, but like if you just happen to love it the way that I love and wanna buy it, there's links. Timer. The funny thing is that I was most excited to make this video because I wanted to test out the frost form. And I was like, you can't just make a whole YouTube video on testing a frost form. It's like, well, we could test different cake smoothing products at different price points.
Just a bonus that we can shamelessly plug this.
Yeah, it's just a bonus that I happen to have my own product that works well for this. I know that earlier we were saying that like using my cake smoother won't take nearly as much time as the others, right? One of the things is I know what it's capable of and that it can get better. Whereas the other products, I feel like once you've hit their limitations, it doesn't matter how many more times you ice and unice, like it's not gonna get any better. That was 4 minutes and 20 seconds to smooth it out, making it 8 minutes altogether. Pretty smooth. See how the next one is. Our big boy, our $500 cake smoother. I used to have one of these that was pink. If any of you saw that video, I did like a whole video on reviewing one of these, and it broke the second I turned it on. It just kept stopping and wouldn't work. We got it to be on enough to ice the cake, and then that was it. We never got it on again. So we bought a new one because we don't learn from our mistakes. This one I know turns on and stays on because we unboxed it in our pre-show and we turned it on and it turns on. I'm gonna press some buttons and figure this out. So that's on. It just didn't light up.
Yeah, I expected a light there too, but.
And that it spins and it goes faster and faster. And that's top speed. Super exciting. You adjust this for the height of the cake. And where's the side? Oh, there's a knob over here. This knob, that's Kevin's too lazy to show you. This one, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the Yingonatech cake maker.
This one's also much cooler than the other one because the other one, to move this one, you had to like actually grab it and pull it in. So you didn't have fine adjustment like you do with the knob.
This is like really fine adjustments.
These two here, there's two, so you can see that. There's that and that. So you can actually do a 2-tier.
How would that work? Shut up.
That's really rude. I was just trying to tell you something cool.
Here it could mean wow, gee whiz, golly wally.
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
So cool.
But I mean, you're limited with the height. Like they're pretty short.
For reference, once this cake is on its cake board, you really only have another 2 layers, which is not a bad height, but some people like tall cakes. So I will say that's an unfortunate side that you can't do any taller. Starting the timer. The nice part is you don't have to crumb coat your cake ahead of time. I'm excited. What's happening?
I think we just need to adjust the height of that. Just give me a second.
I was very scared for a second.
What's happening? Why are you so close to me? Why are you so hectic when you take the camera?
Oh, that looks nice. That's a beauty shot. So is that. I was hoping it would zoom more. I don't know how to. Oh my God, I love it so much. Oh.
What's happening?
Oh God, it's got crumbs in it. Oh God, I don't.
What's wrong?
I did something wrong here. This isn't the best tip for it. I'm gonna switch. Let's try this again with the right tip. I'm like waiting for the bald spot. I'm just like, ah. Let's see. I can take this icing and just guide it in. Oh my God, there's a big bald spot there. Oh, Jesus.
I don't think you need to be so. Can you just like squeeze it in?
I guess. Oh, look at all that good stuff. This is magical. I don't know what I did wrong this time compared to last time. There's crumbs in it. I feel like this is the type of thing that should just be roughly crumb coated first. And that would save, you know, this. It still seems like it's having a very hard time with that corner. See?
Oh.
Oh no! Stop doing that! What's happening?
You used a different kind of icing when we did this last time.
Yeah, I did. Last time I used an American, and this time I'm using an Italian. I don't think you could just buy this if you don't know how to decorate cakes and then get magically perfect cakes. Like, I'm still having a bit of a hard time, but I feel like the last machine did a better job.
I mean, it's hard to know if it was the icing or if it was the machine. Maybe it needs more speed.
Ooh, that's trimming a lot more off with the faster speed. What's going on?
I don't know, maybe it's the G's.
The G-force?
Yeah, it's like sucking the icing off the sides. Is there, like, what's going on the back here? I think it's just the icing. Like, the icing's a lot more sticky, and you can see it almost as it spins. The cake's like wanting to still pull back into that.
Oh my God, like it just feels like every time I try to make it better, it gets worse. The last time we tried this, I think I cut down a little bit. Okay. Sounds so upset. Okay, wait. No way. Oh, that's awful. That's so sad. So now we spent $1,500 on these two different machines. And the first one kept turning off but did a better job, and this one messed up. Maybe it's the icing, but I feel like this one, there's a lot of room for user error, and that's just like a big mess that you'd have to clean up now. It's just not, it's got crumbs in it, and it looks lumpy. I think it actually might be the worst iced cake out of the lot of them.
It's not great.
It's not. I'm gonna test this out with a different icing. I feel like good products should work with no matter what icing you're working with. That shouldn't be the problem. Let's see how the frost form did. I also forgot to say that this one was 20 minutes. I feel like it's the same thing with the frost form, is like you would get better at it as time goes, but still 20 minutes. Been like 4 hours. It's okay. He just jumped. Now, this was like 28 minutes to get to this point, but it was actually 2 hours. Like, it took us 2 solid hours before this cake got put into the fridge, but a lot of that was just us trying to learn how to use it. Let's just say there was more time to take in consideration other than the 28 minutes. Okay. Huh. Well, I knew this was gonna happen because I could see through it. I think a lot of this was user error. I haven't seen that many people like pipe it in, and maybe mine was too thick, even though I thought it was the right consistency. There's a lot of things that can go wrong that have not been shown on social media. I think everyone on social media is like, here's my link, also it's flawless. The top is a disaster. It's missing stuff here. There's a hard line here where it came across. And then there's just a bunch of air bubbles and crumbs. With that being said, where it is here is really smooth. It has like a little of that like almost like pulled apart texture, but I don't mind it. So I think that if you did use a ganache, and I think you did figure this one out and spend a lot of time on it, it has potential. It's also expensive, weigh the pros and cons. I was the most surprised by the dollar store one. That actually did a legitimate good job. But let me know what you thought of them at their different price points. If you tried any of them and your thoughts, I love you.